So I've got this one. Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode and build of a new series is literally going to be an off-grid build series. So today, you guys can see I've got the truck out, I've got the chainsaws, everything ready to go. I've already been working out here 2 or 3 days prior, so we've got a clear path to drive in and I got some trees cleared out. Right now I'm basically building a path, a driveway to get in and get some vehicles in here and start building some off-grid homestead stuff. So let me give you guys the layout of what we've got right up here behind the camera. And then it's basically going to be cut down some more trees, stack some firewood, and do a little bit more planning for layout and kind of figure out what is going where and get it done quickly before all of this snow starts flying here, because we are rolling into mid-late fall. So let's go have a walk and take a look. Alright guys, so here we are, got you situated on the back side of what I'm building now, the driveway area, and kind of in the wood prep area. So this is the wood that I've been cutting and stacking. This is all green wood. I can't burn this right now. These are trees that I've had to cut to make way for the driveway and get out of the way, and basically just put it in rounds, stove length, stacked it here. We'll be tarping it and building a little bit more infrastructure here for wood, but I'm guessing this is going to be my wood store area. And directly on the other side, I'd like to build a big deck and then get the bus, camper bus, you guys remember that, that'll be coming here, and just kind of squaring everything up. So today is going to be clear out a couple questionable trees, get them out of the way, stack some more wood, clear some stuff, and then do some more planning and quickly get at this, because like I said, fall's here, winter's going to be here, and I need to get this area clear. I will mention the bus that's coming in here is not 4-wheel drive. The driveway is not car friendly. That was by design, so trucks only. So it's going to be interesting getting the bus in here. But today I've got to get a lot more stuff cut, cleared, and just do a cleanup of the land and get everything clean slate ready to bring the bus in here. Alright guys, so I've got a whole bunch of chainsaw work finished up. This back area is nice and clear. The area right here where the camera is still needs to be cleared out a little bit, but as you guys can see, I've got the truck pulled in here. There is one large obstacle. I know it looks like a pile of dirt right now. It's actually a very old decaying tree, and it's about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet tall in some spots of just decaying tree. I don't have a bulldozer. I'm not going to dig with a shovel because I've got a truck with big tires. So I'll turn traction control off and spit all that out of there, clean it out. That way the bus can be able to get in here and out without a huge mound of dead tree in the way. Alright guys, a few passes with the truck, and I think we're looking pretty good. That was a big mound. There is one piece of heartwood left, and this tree was gigantic that used to be here. That's the last piece of solid wood. Everything else is just decay. So, putting those tires to good use. And yeah, we got that smashed down enough that I don't have to worry about bottoming out when I bring the bus in here or going over big bumps, smashing and banging things around inside the truck every single time I pull in here. And it's landscaped the ground, just this small, tiny little patch. Alright, so there is one more problem that I'm going around clearing out. Probably hard to make out, but these little nubs off of hardwood trees, some of them are cut on a steep angle, and some of them are really small in diameter. If you drive on these, spin the wheel or hit it on a certain way, they can actually puncture the tires. So I want to go around the chainsaw and just cut all these flush and level, that way we don't have to worry about them. Alright, so gone through the driveway, all the leaf litter, found all those little roots, those little stumps that I think are going to cause a problem. Now there's this guy here, smack dab in the middle of the driveway. It probably doesn't look like much on camera, but just picture driving in here. One tire over there, the other tire over there. This is right underneath the differential, the oil pan, everything underneath the vehicle. Now for my truck, that's not a problem because it's huge. For smaller vehicles, including small SUVs, crossovers, cars, this is a no-pass zone. I don't want to remove this. I don't want to cut it down because it's actually a deterrent for cars coming into my property. You can't go around it because there's trees on either side, so you have to go over it. The ground's soft, it sinks, which is going to make this that much bigger. When a car goes over, sinks, it's going to hit this. The problem is I have to get the bus in here and possibly a camper van. So I think what I'm going to do is just lay down a whole bunch of 2x10s on the far side and the other side to raise the vehicle up and basically float the vehicle over top. I think that will work. If not, we may have to trim it down a bit, but I really don't want to. So I'm going to leave this guy here for now, and hopefully that'll be kind of an anti-vehicle entry protection built into the ground. Alright guys, so accomplished a fair bit today. I'm not finished yet. I'm just looking at what I want to do for the layout. As mentioned earlier, I do need to be able to get in here in the summer, the fall, the winter, rain, snow, ice, you name it. I need to be able to get in here and maneuver around and turn and back up and so on and so forth. That way I'm not constantly just backing in. I'd like an area to turn, back up, and then head out just like I am right now. So looking at that, the available open space that I have right now, I don't think it's smart to build anything there, like put a deck or a big hot tent or any other things that I have up in my brain that I want to be doing here. That'll be in future episodes. I do have a patch of young growth hardwood off to the side. It used to be a clearing, and I really don't want to clear it. I'd like to keep the hardwoods there, but at the same time, there's just no smart location to put a deck and a hot tent and just, you know, I don't want it way over there. I don't want it way back there. I want it readily available because I'm also planning on using that deck for filming tent reviews and gear reviews on that deck when the hot tent is not there. So example, the summertime, I can pitch a tent on there, do a whole tent review, tear it down, and then I still have my deck readily available. So that's what I'm thinking. I would like to put it right here, and I'm probably going to bite the bullet and just trim out the trees, make a nice space. It looks really nice, and I think it'll work out really well. So that'll be in the next couple of days. I'll have the fresh cut lumber, get that up here, get that situated, and just keep knocking away at this firewood. There's logs everywhere. There's so much firewood available, but unfortunately I can't burn it this year because it's all green wood. So it needs to be cut, it needs to be dried over the summer, and then next year we'll be able to cut it, split it, burn it. So there's all kinds of firewood. But yeah, I'm just kind of looking at the lay of the land, getting in my brain what I want and where I want it. So I'm gonna poke around a little bit. All right, so I did a little bit of thinking. Ignore the truck cap, that's gonna be moved, but this is the area of young growth hardwood trees. So I'm thinking the 16 by 16 foot deck to go right in here, the hot tent on top of it, got beautiful sunlight, and then the bus back in this direction, which will leave all this area clear for pulling in, parking, backing up, and doing all that stuff. So I think this is going to be the decision right here. So the second option that I have is right back here. Keep in mind, this is where the bus is going to be parked. So visually, you won't be able to see past this area. But this clearing back here, I could knock down some of these trees and have this cleared on this side and put the hot tent there. The only issue if I do that, the bus is here, it's going to be casting a shadow. It's not going to offer up much filming angles for doing other things like hot tenting, demonstrations, gear reviews, and just chilling out on the deck, maybe put a barbecue there, whatever. It's kind of in the back, so I don't know if I really want to do that. I do have an idea that I would like a little bit more private. We'll talk more about that, and I think that is a better suitable location for that to happen. That way the bus is blocking from the oncoming road, because there is a road in the background, traffic and whatnot. It's not a very busy road, but it's still a road. But yeah, I think maybe in that direction, and save that for something really cool. And so that brings us to what the heck is this? Now, viewers of the channel, way back when this channel first started, you probably recognize this. Yes, it's still standing. 6 years, it's still standing. This is a Shelter Logic tent tarp that I put here. The very first, I think it was the very first, or maybe the second video, the major video, like the main hot tent video during Christmas, was filmed right here. I had Desmond out here. I was out here by myself for a couple videos as well. There was a little bushcraft fire reflector wall built off to the side. We cooked out there. Had the hot tent in here. So it is still here. It's still standing. There's a couple pallets in there I have to move out. That's where the firewood's gonna get stacked on. But this guy has basically been retired. There's holes in it. It is still a shelter. Things are still dry in there, but the sides are collapsed. A tree did fall on it. Still standing, rock solid, but it's got to come out of here and get out of the way. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the fabric off of it. I'm going to leave the frame bolted together. And I'm going to pick that frame up, walk it over towards where I'm stacking all my firewood, and I'm just going to put a new tarp over top of it. And that's basically going to be it. It doesn't need a front, it doesn't need a back. It just needs a little tarp. That way I can store wood under it, sit under it, do some work, whatever. That way the metal frame's still being utilized, because I hate to throw steel away, especially when it's already bent, formed, and bolted together. It just makes sense to keep it, repurpose it for something, or very something similar. So this has got to get out of here. The bus is going right here, taking the deck and the hot tent in that direction, and then a little something over here in this direction behind the bus. And that should give me enough turning space, drive in, drive out, enough yard space to do like a nice fireplace somewhere and enjoy a couple things. And be in the open, that way we're not in the brush getting all the wood ticks, mosquitoes in the summertime and all that stuff. So a little bit of information for you guys. Alright guys, so the next step we've got to do is tell people to stay the heck out of here. So I've got this one, private property, stay out. And then I've got this one, because you always have to warn people when they're on camera, just so they're aware. And there are a lot of cameras out here. I'm not going to share where, but there are a lot. So we're going to put this up there to give people fair warning, stay out. Yes, I will be adding a gate to the property. Just, I know it's only a deterrent. People are going to come in if they want to come in on foot, with their vehicle, whatever. Gates are not permanent to keep people out. They can be removed. I get that. But the idea is no trespassing. Once you cross onto the property, you've been warned and you're on film. So after that, it's, you know, pretty simple to deal with. So what I've got with me a couple of pieces of plywood out of the bus when I installed the shower, and I'm just going to trim them up with the chainsaw. And yeah, we'll screw these to the trees, get these set up down at the end of the driveway. That way people can see, you know, stay out, don't bother coming in. And then I did order a gas-powered auger with, I think it's an 8 and a 10-inch auger bit that I'm going to be boring holes down in, and I'm going to build a gate post at the end of the driveway, dump in some concrete, do that, chain it, lock it. That way it's just done properly. You know, I feel that's, if you don't want people in, you kind of have to do that. I'm going to do it way towards the very end to prevent people from even turning in and backing up, because I don't want my cameras triggered on people just turning and backing up. And that way, you know, it'll be secure and locked up. At least when I'm in here, I don't have to worry about people driving in and nosing in or whatever. So we'll get these trimmed up, get those posted either end of the driveway, and then, like I said, in the future we'll bore those holes. And the auger is going to be used for something else as well, other than building. It's actually really smart, and it's something that every off-gridder needs. We'll touch on that in the future. So let's get these trimmed up and mounted on a tree. We got a lot of dirt bikes out here today. Alright guys, doing a little bit of chainsaw maintenance here. Been running this small saw quite a bit today, and needs a good cleaning. So I just had some string wrapped around the clutch, wasn't running. Ripped that apart, all is good now. So I've been cutting, clearing, stacking. I've got some pallets out of the tent over towards the woodshed area, and I'm actually kind of toying with changing the idea again. I'm not even going to bother mentioning in this video. I'll have an answer for you guys next video as to where the deck's going to go, where the bus is going to go, because now that I've cleared up a lot of usable forest floor, there's a lot of areas where things can go, and it looks really good for filming, because it's really important for me. Off-grid property is, I'm a filmmaker and YouTuber. I have to be able to film certain things. I don't want it cluttered and congested. I want to be able to enjoy what I'm doing. So that's going to be priority, and just kind of looking around at certain options that I have now. I'll figure it out, but I've got to get these saws cleaned up, get everything packed up. It is slowly starting to rain right now, and yeah, get out of here. So I hope you guys enjoy this first episode of the Off-Grid Property. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comment section, because this is going to be an ongoing series of many episodes. And then of course, we're going to be right here living the off-grid life. So you guys will be able to watch that as well, and how everything evolves over a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road. So I'm going to get everything cleaned up. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next episode.